Hello, guys, and welcome back to SportyAffairs. I am Mithilesh, and I have Narendra with me on the side. And in this video, we are going to talk about the current status of IPL teams, of all 8 teams. We have reached the one-third mark, I would say, in this year's editions of IPL. And we have seen all 8 teams in action for at least 5 games. And they have played very well. Some of them, I would say, have played very well. And some of them are still trying to, regain their form. So in this video, we'll talk one by one for each team, and we'll give our views like what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses, and what are the things they need to improve, or they should continue doing it when we move forward. So without wasting much time, let's get to the table toppers right now, which are Chennai Super Kings. So tell me, Narendra, what are your thoughts about Chennai Super Kings till now?
Chennai are doing pretty well at this moment, as we suggested in our previous video that everyone is clicking. And if you haven't watched that video, click on the top right hand corner of this video. So everyone is clicking in CSK. Ravindra Jadeja is in brilliant form, as everyone must have seen by now. 37 runs in an over. That's a massive inning. At one moment they were just 154. We thought that it will be a low scoring game, but Ravindra Jadeja had different ideas, and they couldn't even chase down that target. So see, for the CSK side, everything is clicking, including MS Dhoni's captainship. He's coming down the order, that is suiting the team. Batting order is fine, bowling is fine, fielding is amazing. So they deserve a top of the table at this moment. The second team is Delhi Capitals. So it's not surprising. Delhi Capitals is the most improved team over the years, and Delhi Capitals are doing all the things just right. Youngsters are performing well. Captaincy by the youngster and supported by Stevie Smith. If you see during the timeout and middle of the inning, Stevie Smith gives a lot of talk to Rishabh Pant, and I think that is helping, and that's the beauty of IPL. So Mitesh, what do you think about rest of the teams?
So let's talk about the third team first. That's Royal Challengers Bangalore, and we saw that it was un-Royal Challengers Bangalore, I would say, when this tournament started, because they won 4 in the trot, and they have been ridiculed, past so many years of not winning and not starting well. But they have kept all the haters at bay this season, and all 4 victories were very much convincing. Yes, the first victory against Mumbai were a little jittery, but they got over the line on the last ball. Last game against Chennai was like a reality check for them, where nothing clicked, like nobody took ownership, and that is something which Bangalore lack. If somebody is there to take the ownership in the game, then I think so they would have, at least given a tough fight to CSK. So that is about Bangalore till now. Now, I would like to take this moment and say that this year's IPL, we feel like there are 2 individual IPLs going on between the 8 teams. The first IPL is between the top 3 teams, which we just discussed. Like, they are in a different league altogether, and the remaining 5 are in the league of their own. I mean, I am not sure what is not working for them. We'll definitely discuss this in this video, but they have to do a lot, and that gets on to our next team, that is 5-time champions Mumbai Indians, who are struggling terribly in this editions of IPL, and most notably because of their middle order. Ishan Kishan, Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya, and Karen Pollard are just not clicking. Pollard did click in one game against Hyderabad, but apart from that, it's not very convincing. It's the bowlers who have kept Mumbai Indians in the tournament till now, because I feel that they were on course to lose the first 5 matches. So that is about Mumbai Indians. Now let's move on to our next team. Over to you, Narendra.
KKR are in brilliant form in some of the games, and in some of the games they are struggling to take the match over the edge, just the winning it. They are not converting that. The biggest problem for KKR is Andre Russell's form. He's just clicking once or twice in 5 or 6 matches that KKR have played, and that's the only concern, that batsmen like Captain Morgan and Karthik are chipping in. Sometimes their opening partnership is not working out. Sometimes middle order is going really cheaply, and they are losing out too many wickets. Or sometimes bowlers going for run. Even we saw Pat Cummins going for a lot of runs in one of the matches. So that's the one thing that they needs to take care. Otherwise, it will be really hard for them, to reach the next stage of this tournament. As we all know, 14 to 16 points are good enough. And if you see all the top teams, they all, as Mithilesh mentioned, that top 3 teams are already halfway there. 8 points are already done in just 5 games. And KKR already played 6 games and just 4 points, so it will be really difficult for them. Same goes for Punjab Kings. KL Rahul, Mayank Agrawal are chipping in on their end, but the captainship of KL Rahul, sometimes he's overdoing it, sometimes he's expecting from players, but players are not delivering it. So that's the concerning part, that even they have a good squad. They played some of the matches really well, about 200 runs in some of the matches, so they are good in terms of batting and all, but it's just about making sure that over after over they are chipping in, they are rotating the strike, they are hitting the required boundary or a 6 in an over to make sure that they are keeping up with the run rate. So those are some of the things that they need to take care of. And let's move on to the last 2 teams. And Mithilesh, what do you think about those?
So our next team is Rajasthan Royals. Now Rajasthan Royals played the first game brilliantly. They almost chased 200 runs against Punjab. But after that, it's not been the Rajasthan we see, because the Rajasthan which we remember is like there are some newcomers, there are some youngsters in the team who are like hungry for success, and they are the ones who perform. Like last year we saw Tewatia getting to the grand stage. So this year, that one thing which I see missing in Rajasthan is that one extra factor. Yes, they did find Chetan Sakaria, but there is nobody else to complement him with. We just saw that Andrew Ty has also left the squad, so they are little bit behind in the squad composition. Plus they have a very young captain in Sanju Samson, so he is going to take some time. I mean, it's not going to be very easy, because we know it's a big stage, it's a grand stage. So I hope Butler and other people, like the senior most people in the team, help him out to get the team composition right first. So once they get the team composition right, we know for sure that they can put up a good fight, because even against Bangalore, where they were almost half of the squad was in the dugout, they still managed to score around 170, which is a great total. But yeah, they have a long way to go to catch the other 3-4 teams who are already there, as Narendra mentioned. So let's move on to the last team, that's Sunrisers Hyderabad. I mean, unlucky would be like an understatement to tell them, because what we have seen in the matches is like they were on course to win like 3 or 4 of them, but they just fell short, and they are at the last currently in the IPL with just 1 win to their name. Against Mumbai, they were cruising for like 6 overs, 70 runs for no wicket, and then they were all out for 137. Yesterday we saw against Delhi Capitals, they messed up their batting order completely. Like Virat Singh came in, he played 14 balls to just score 4 runs. Huda didn't click. Then Vijay Shankar didn't click. I mean, I'm not sure what's going wrong. What's going wrong at Hyderabad. They need to get the team composition right in the middle. It's similar to Mumbai, I would say. But the only difference in Mumbai is like nobody is clicking. Here, at least one person is clicking. We saw Kane Williamson coming back, and he's helping the team in the batting department, and they have a very, very formidable opening combination of Bairstow and Warner. So the top order is like sorted. I would say it's like on par with Bangalore and CSK level. Bowling department, like I said, unlucky would be an understatement. They lost Nataraj and they lost Bhubaneswar Kumar, as we discussed in the previous video. So that is going to be a big challenge for them to come back. But if they get their first 4 or 5 players in line, and if Manish Pandey comes to the party, then we can see a late push from Sunrisers Hyderabad in this year's edition of IPL. So to summarize, let's see what we discussed. We discussed IPL, mini IPL between 3 teams at one end and 5 teams at the other end. We also discussed about what teams they have done right now, and what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses these team possess, and what they need to do to continue doing it. From the looks of it, we think that Delhi Capitals, Bangalore, and Chennai are already there. Like they have a half foot in the playoffs. But we know, I mean, you never know. Like anybody can pose a surprise. Maybe we can see a late push from Mumbai Indians, like they have always done till now. So Narendra, anything you would like to add here?
Just some of the names I would like to mention are Avesh Khan's bowling. He's doing brilliantly well. Kane Williamson, as we suggested in our previous videos, that he should be part of it. Unfortunately, he was injured, but right now he's in blazing form, and he should contribute more. along with David Warner. Maybe I think he should open, let Bears to come in the second or the third after 2 or 3 wickets down, so that they can have that strength, as you mentioned, that Shankar is not clicking and other Huda is also not chipping in. So those are some of the things that they can manage and get a good composition going on. So get going so that they can chase down good targets or set a good total. Bowling wise, I think they are doing pretty okay, as they do not have good names already, out injured players. So let's see how things goes. But that's it from our side. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to our video, and thank you so much for watching.